the Easy Way podcast, where simple tips become real results. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another exciting episode of the Easy Way podcast. I am Peter, and I am very happy to be here with you today to talk about something we all experience in life. Today, we are going to explore the nervous but exciting world of first days at a new job.
Hello, Peter, and hello to all our listeners. I am Bella, and I am ready to share my story. Starting a new job is a huge moment for anyone. You want to make a perfect impression, but sometimes things do not go exactly as you planned in your head.
That is absolutely true, Bella. First impressions are very important. Today, we are focusing on introducing yourself. We will discuss how to say your name, your job title, and a little bit about your history without feeling awkward or shy.
Exactly. We have a great story to tell, and then we will practice the best vocabulary for this situation. By the end of this episode, you will know exactly what to say when you meet new colleagues for the first time. It will be very useful.
So, Bella, let's jump straight into the story. I know you had a very memorable experience recently. Please take us to the scene. Where were you and what was happening on that specific morning?
Okay, picture this. It was Monday morning at 8 a.m. I was standing in front of a giant glass building downtown. This was my first day as a marketing assistant. I was wearing my best blue jacket, and I was holding a very large cup of hot coffee to help me wake up.
The classic coffee for courage. That sounds like a very typical start to a busy morning in the city. Were you feeling confident, or were you feeling a little bit nervous about entering that big building?
Honestly, I was terrified. My heart was beating very fast. I walked through the automatic doors and into the lobby. It was so quiet and elegant. I saw the receptionist, and I knew I had to go up to the 10th floor to meet my new boss, Mr. Thompson.
Taking the elevator to the top floor always feels like a movie scene. So you went up to the 10th floor. What happened when the doors opened? Did you see Mr. Thompson immediately?
Yes, the elevator doors opened and there he was. He was standing right there talking to another employee. He looked very serious and professional. I took a deep breath, stepped out of the elevator, and walked toward him with a big smile.
This is the big moment. You have to introduce yourself. Usually you would say, "Hello, I am Della." You need to be firm and polite. Did you manage to say hello correctly?
Well, this is where the climax happens. I walked up to him and said, "Good morning, Mr. Thompson. I am Bella, the new marketing assistant." I wanted to shake his hand to show respect and professionalism.
That sounds perfect so far. A handshake is the standard way to greet someone in a business environment in America. It shows you are ready to work. So, what went wrong?
I forgot I was holding the giant coffee in my right hand. When I extended my hand to shake his hand, the cup tilted. The lid came off and hot coffee splashed all over the floor right between our shoes.
Oh no, that is a nightmare scenario. You spilled coffee on your first introduction? That must have been so embarrassing for you. I can only imagine the shock on his face.
It was terrible. There was a brown puddle on the white floor. I froze. I didn't know if I should apologize or try to clean it up with my jacket. I just stood there with an empty cup and a red face.
That is certainly a memorable way to introduce yourself. You definitely made an impression, even if it wasn't the one you wanted. Did Mr. Thompson get angry, or did he laugh about the accident?
Thankfully, he started laughing. He called a cleaner and said, "Well, Bella, that's one way to break the ice." It actually helped me relax because the worst thing had already happened. We shook hands properly after I put the cup away.
That is a relief. Breaking the ice is a great expression. It means to end the awkward tension when people meet for the first time. It's good that he had a sense of humor about the coffee.
Yes, it saved my day. After that, we went to his office and I had to do the formal introduction again, but this time without the coffee. It was much smoother and calmer.
Let's analyze that second attempt. When you sat down, how did you structure your introduction? This is the part our listeners need to learn for their own jobs.
I used a simple 3-step structure. First, the greeting and name. Second, my role. And third, a little bit about my background or origin. It keeps things short and clear.
That structure is very effective. Let's break it down. You started with a greeting. Did you use hi or hello? The choice of words depends on the formality of the office.
I used hello because it was my boss. I said, "Hello, everyone. My name is Bella." If I was talking to other assistants, I might say, "Hi, I'm Bella." It is more casual and friendly.
Correct. Then you mentioned your role. This is crucial because people need to know how they will work with you. You said, "I am the new marketing assistant." It defines your position immediately.
Yes, stating your title helps everyone understand your responsibilities. Then I added the third part, my background. I said, "I am originally from Chicago, and I previously worked at a digital agency."
That is excellent. Originally from is a very useful phrase. It tells people where you were born or lived before. It's a great conversation starter because people might ask about that city.
Exactly. One of my colleagues said, "Oh, I love Chicago." It immediately started a friendly conversation. It stops the introduction from being just a list of facts.
It creates a connection. Another thing you can add is a hobby, but usually we keep that for lunch breaks or more informal chats. For the first meeting, sticking to professional history is safer.
I agree. I didn't want to talk about my cats or my cooking skills right away. I focused on my excitement for the job. I ended with, "I am very happy to be part of the team."
That is the perfect closing sentence. I am happy to be part of the team. It shows enthusiasm and a positive attitude. Employers love to hear that you are eager to start working.
It felt good to say that. Even though I had spilled the coffee earlier, that sentence made me feel like a professional again. It restored my confidence.
Let's develop this a bit more with some examples. Imagine you are not from another city, but you are just moving from another department. How would you change the introduction?
That is a good question. I would change the background part. I would say, "Hello, I am Bella. I am the new manager. I was previously working in the sales department downstairs."
See? It is very adaptable. You just swap the location. Instead of a city, you use a department or a company name. I was previously at is a key grammar structure here.
Previously is a slightly more formal word for before. It sounds very good in a business context. It shows you have experience and a history of work.
What if someone is very nervous, like you were? Do you have a tip for physically relaxing during the introduction? Body language is just as important as the words.
Oh, definitely. My tip is to smile and keep your hands open or at your sides. Do not cross your arms. And please, do not hold a hot drink in your right hand.
That is the golden rule of the day. Open body language makes you look approachable. If you look scary or closed off, people will not want to talk to you.
Also, eye contact is vital. In the US, you should look at the person's eyes when you say your name. If you look at the floor, you seem insecure or not ready.
That is a cultural point worth noting. In some cultures, eye contact is intense, but here in the US, it's a sign of trust and honesty. It's expected in every introduction.
So, Peter, let's pretend we're meeting for the first time right now. Let's demonstrate a full, correct introduction for our listeners. You go first.
Challenge accepted. Okay, here I go. Good morning. My name is Peter. I am the new content creator for the podcast. I am originally from New York, and I'm excited to work with you.
That was flawless. It was clear, concise, and friendly. I felt like I knew who you were and what you did in less than 10 seconds. That's the goal.
Thank you. Now it's your turn. Try a different variation. Maybe pretend you're an IT specialist. Let's see how you handle the vocabulary.
Okay, acting time. Hi, everyone. I'm Bella. I am the new IT support specialist. I have 5 years of experience in software development, and I'm here to help your computers.
Very good. You added, I have 5 years of experience. That is a strong addition. It tells people you are an expert immediately. It builds trust.
Yes, using numbers helps. 5 years, 10 years, or 2 projects. It gives concrete evidence of your skills. It's very persuasive in an introduction.
We should also mention what to do when you forget someone's name immediately after they introduce themselves. That happens to me all the time.
Oh, that is so common. If that happens, just be honest. You can say, I am so sorry, I missed your name. Could you repeat it? It is better to ask than to guess wrong.
That is great advice. I missed your name is a polite way to say I forgot or I didn't hear. It takes the blame off the other person.
Exactly. Politeness is key. Remember, everyone is nervous on the first day. The other people want you to succeed because they need a new colleague.
That is a comforting thought. You are not alone. The office wants you to be there. So the introduction is just the first step in a long relationship.
And if you make a mistake, like spilling coffee, just laugh. It shows you're human. People like working with humans, not robots.
Speaking of robots, we must avoid sounding like one. Do not memorize your lines so strictly that you sound unnatural. You need to have a flow.
Flow comes with practice. You can practice in front of a mirror. It sounds silly, but watching your own face helps you correct your expressions.
Mirror practice is a classic technique. I used to do that before big presentations. It really helps you check your smile and your posture.
Another useful phrase to learn is nice to meet you. It is the standard response. You say your name, they say their name, and you say nice to meet you.
Or pleasure to meet you if you want to be extra formal. But nice to meet you works in 99% of situations. It's the safest bet.
And make sure to say it with energy. If you mumble, nice to meet you, looking down, it counts for nothing. Energy is contagious.
Contagious energy. I like that. So we have covered the greeting, the role, the background, and the body language. That's a complete package.
We have indeed. I think our listeners are ready to walk into any office and introduce themselves like professionals, no fear.
Absolutely. Now, let's move to our review section. We need to reinforce these words so they stick in everyone's memory.
I love the review section. Guided repetition is the best way to learn. Let's look back at the main vocabulary from my coffee disaster story.
The first keyword is colleague. A colleague is someone you work with. It's a more formal word for coworker. Can you use it in a sentence, Bila?
Sure. I met my new colleagues in the meeting room. It implies a professional relationship. Next word is introduce.
To introduce means to tell someone your name and who you are. Allow me to introduce myself. It is an action verb.
Then we have background. In this context, it means your history or where you come from. My background is in engineering.
Correct. And we cannot forget the physical action, handshake, the action of gripping hands to say hello. He gave me a firm handshake.
And finally, the phrase originally from, used to describe your hometown. I am originally from Texas. It explains your past location.
Excellent. Now, let's recap the main actions of the story. First, Bila arrived at the building feeling nervous. She entered the elevator.
Second, I met the boss. I tried to introduce myself, but I spilled my coffee on the floor. It was a funny climax to the morning.
Third, you recovered. You laughed, cleaned up, and then introduced yourself properly using your name, role, and background.
And finally, we discussed that body language, eye contact, and a smile are essential for a good first impression.
That is a perfect summary. Today we learned that mistakes happen, but how you recover is what matters. And we learned the specific formula for introductions.
Yes, keep it simple. Name, job, origin. If you remember those 3 things, you'll be fine. And maybe drink your coffee before you enter the building.
Great advice to end on. Thank you, Bila, for sharing your story and your tips. It was very educational and entertaining.
It was my pleasure, Peter. I hope everyone feels more confident now. Good luck to everyone starting a new job soon.
Thank you for listening to the Easy Way podcast. Keep practicing your English, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Bye, everyone. Have a wonderful day and practice those introductions.